So, I figured I'd do a little recording here, just for people who couldn't make the demo review last night, or needed some more individual pointers, or just some more broad pointers on what we were doing wrong, what some of the enemy were doing wrong, things we can capitalize on, general positioning, stuff like that. I've played a lot of Vigil over the last 5 years. Two of my cup wins in RGL came on this map. It's extremely snowbally, and I think we all sort of realized it a little bit too late. But we can definitely brush up on things. I think this is super duper winnable if our Ubers are brushed up on, mainly. The reason why our last push, and you guys will remember in the first round, it was so simple up until that last push. The last push went wrong because people just not knowing how to play the map, and that will happen. And that will happen. It happens on Steel, it happens on Vigil, it happens on Upwood. Those stalemate maps where you have great time until the end, very common. But broadly, I think people played really well. Our gun's currently in the wrong place. I know our NG is sort of inexperienced on the class, but if we are playing with him today, I'm going to go over some stuff for him as well. This gun, wrong place. Has to be behind this wall, further back. It's not here to deny cart, really. It's here to deny this angle. And I know that seems really stupid, but the threat of the sentry is all that you want on first. You're not playing to hold this point. This point is, think of it like Steel A. You buy as much time within reason on this point as you can, but you don't drop players here, especially not combo players. You don't drop your medic, you don't drop your sniper, you don't drop your demo, you don't drop your entry, you don't drop the sentry gun. Very important things. So I've already watched through this once or twice just to sort of gather my thoughts. Notice straight away our soldier is super committed, which is fine. He can do this. Slightly dangerous because their sniper does have an angle up here if you're jumping, so keep that in mind. Pretty easy headshot, can dominate the flank off that kind of early pick. But our scout is, rotating to him. He's baiting him. I think he realizes sooner rather than later that we've already lost a lot of flank control here. This is very normal, sending the Pudis down here. Their med drops instantly. This is such a good situation for us. However, where we flank it is entirely here. Our gun is going to go down because it's not behind a wall. And once again, that's like an inexperienced NG thing. But when we have 100% Uber ad and they have nothing, this is really, really good for just wasting time on this point. Here in flank, you don't really catch it there because I wasn't looking. But what happens here is our soldier recommits up here after conceding it. That's a big no-no because you're going to get caught out up here. And you'll see what ends up happening is you recommit, take a lot of damage, your scout commits to help you, you guys get a pick, which is okay, you kill the scout, but look what happens. Our scout dies, and then our soldier dies. And when that happens, this entire stretch of land is now conceded. I can't cover this with a sniper rifle because I'm not going to have overheal. I can get spammed. A spy can walk up behind me. It's very hard for a medic to heal me here, and he shouldn't, because if he's doing that, then the sniper is going to take a couple pot shots here, try and look for him if he peeks up behind this wall, which can happen sometimes. And now we've lost first. But there's definitely a salvage that we can do here, and I'm sure some of you already know what I'm talking about. Like, this is what I'm saying when we concede flank. I'm getting spammed out, can't really force the point. So, our spy, who is currently dead, shouldn't really be happening on first. You're a lookout class on this point. You're going for picks on the medic, which I can't remember if you get, but I think our demo sticky trap kills him. So, the cart's in an okay position. We're doing fine. Our gun is down because we conceded flank, and that gun would go down even if it was behind this wall, because they have a pure spam angle on it. Our heavy is a little bit deep, gets caught out, but it's still not too late. If our spy's alive, he can call that the beam is on flank, and they have 53% Uber. We have 100%, but all of our core classes, besides our demo, are playing too far back for a recommit. If they commit to the cart on 40% Uber disad, that's a free dead medic for us. So they push the cot up a little bit, but they'll make the mistake. And there it is. Like, that's fantastic. This is 100% Uber ad now. Look at our team. Like, me, our demo, and our pyro, and our soldier can recommit here, and we realize it a little bit too late. As long as our med's with us, we have Uber ad. This right here is what we're looking for. This is a clump of players. Uber our demo, Uber our pyro, potentially our Pudis in here. Soldier rebomb from here. So much time can be wasted right here. And by the time their med spawns, the Uber ad will have neutralized anyway. We could build potentially just to catch up, but this was conceded for free. And they won a lot of time here where they really should have lost a lot of time. And then we'll go to Hill. This was a nightmare situation. Spy checking here is fine, because their spy timer is up. Definitely he could be in the bush. He's lurking for the sentry gun that doesn't exist. And we pay the price for not getting our sentry out of first. And once again, I don't want to say too much about the NG, but we're getting spammed off this angle. Our medic's doing the right thing, keeping us overhealed. Unfortunately, our pyro has to be spy checking right now. So he can't deny Hill when our demo can't deny Hill. So when our demo drops back to get ammo, our pyro has to deny Hill as well, reflecting flays and fucking rockets and demo spam, being very careful not to get headshot. But if I'm peeking with you and you get headshot, that's a win for us, because their sniper's dead and they can't really get a pick up this hill on the demo or me, so they can't push it anyway. But we concede this hill. Heavy soldier playing the correct position. Our scout, when he spawns, rotates to the right place, playing around here-ish, denying cart, denying this high ground. If people push past him, he can get in behind them. It's well played. I think I get picked here. Yeah. That's my bad, I peeked into that. But when I'm dead, we can't concede this ground realistically. There's a pretty hard angle for a sniper to kill someone here, if you're playing up here-ish, because he has to peek so wide that you can catch him out. There's a bit of miscommunication on the flank as well, where our heavy and soldier are holding this, and it's very well done. But our heavy rotates to the dispenser. Either our soldier doesn't hear him, or he doesn't say anything, and then our soldier gets caught out by the scout. And our heavy's denying something that's already being denied. This is unneeded. He needs to come back here, just in case the scout decides to walk up or something, or a soldier. This scout's very intelligent. He plays his cart time very well. He realizes that he can't just walk up here because there's the threat of the sentry gun, which doesn't exist, and he realizes the cart is pushable. So him and the NG, who's Zulinio, will rotate to the cart now, and they'll push it. And that's what you always want. Scout, NG, on the cart, max cart time. Our scout, not sure where he is. He's a little out of position. It's okay for the heavy to be denying this, but we've already lost this point by we've lost by the point the cart gets out of this tunnel. I'm be real with you. So, not having a sentry, we can't deny the soldier, and we should be doing this when we push as well. The soldier can lead the push, pretty much, playing with the combo. I know you're sort of taught that you're a flank class in Highlander, but with the same with the scout, there's definitely exceptions where you can rotate to the combo. This is a big one. So their pyro and demo are behind their soldier here. He knows we don't have a gun, probably because his spy calmed it or something. And he just jumps straight up and spams the cart. Drops Hugo. Nothing Hugo can do about it. We don't have a gun. Our heavy's denying cart. Nothing's denying this roof. Just little things like this, and we should have been out a long time ago. There's a couple instances, too, in this, where we recommit players we really don't need to. So everyone should be beelining for spawn here. Our demo decides to place a trap on the shutter, which gets him killed. Our NG dies super late. They could have honestly just prolonged his life here and completely cheesed us. They could have petted him and we wouldn't have had a sentry for third, and we don't anyway, but maybe with a bit more of an experienced NG who's quicker at building, switches to his Jag, something like that, we will have a sentry in this position, and they could have really cheesed us here and just won the game off of that. So, let's see if I can find our demo. This was bad from me as well, but at the same time, their sniper hits a really good shot here, and we lose the point off of this. Our demo, too committed, dies to the heavy. I die. Really, really bad situation. So, our deaths allow for two things. Their sniper is just going to walk straight up here with a free shot into our spawn. On our respawning medic, on our respawning Pudis, demo, NG, any of those picks, and they've already won the point. Very sort of simple numbers game thing. They push this pretty unoptimally, actually, and waste a lot of time on it. So, this right here is a clutter of players that don't need to be here. Their soldier has the right idea. He's trying to make a little bit of separation. He's going to jump from here to here. Quite a good idea, actually, because they're so bunched up. If our demo was alive, they'd be getting spammed to high hell. They wouldn't have enough health to even pressure the cart here, or pressure our gun. They'd have to Uber, and that's the situation that we're forcing them into, because they can't get past the spam to kill our gun without Ubering. They're heavy. I get the idea. He's here for early pressure, which is okay, but he could be here for early pressure, and it's actually not that long of a way to go around. I'd really love to see our heavy play here. This is a super important position. Their soldier gets the right idea. He's hitting us from two angles. We're going to lose track of him in a little bit, and then our soldier's going to pick him up again and nearly die to him and have to rotate to the combo to get more health. So we'll just watch that play out. This was really good reactive from our soldier. Really like that. Killing the sniper here is super duper important. They fuck this up by not sending a player to protect him. Their soldier baits their sniper, and you'll notice this happen if you're a sniper player yourself. Players love to chase kills and bait you, and it's really frustrating because I'm sure you've all died to a Highlander sniper who seems to hit all of his shots, onto important classes. That's because he's not getting pressured. This was really good. We killed him right here, and we'll have a little duel between the two soldiers, because their sniper's dead and our sniper's alive. We win this duel. Look. Dead. We win this duel. Our soldier's a little weak, so he doesn't have flank control, and here is where they play this Uber really well. The health situation's bad. They might recognize it. We have 40% Uber. They have 100%. Playing to stay here is ludicrous. We can sack a pyro to deny it, but our med, me, demo, we all need to be out. Out. Same with the NG. They Uber on their demo and their pyro. This is the correct way to do it. These two classes. I don't want to see a scout getting Ubered up here to try and meat shot the sentry. It's not worth it. You should be on cart. Their scout misplays here, but I think he smells blood on our soldier. So he's baiting cart time to do this, which is a misplay. They could have played more patiently here. Definitely sent the NG. Well, not the NG, sorry. Sent the heavy or something to just shoot at us from here. A lot of things they could have been doing differently here. So this is what I mean by they're not playing this map well either. They're wasting a lot of time. But this Uber is really good. 4-second Uber on the demo, 4-second Uber on the pyro, catches everyone out, everything important dies, and now we can't hold last. Like, a lot of people get very trigger happy in Highlander because you feel like your deaths don't matter in a 9v9 situation. Your deaths really, really do. A dead scout means less cart time, a dead NG means less cart time, means you don't have a teleporter. A dead soldier on defense means the flank is wide open, means your sniper can get spammed from any angle. So we're playing for some cheese picks here. Unfortunately, can't get any. Our demo's a little too far forward, definitely without any help. Feeds. And our last hold looks dreadful. Just before anyone's even stepped foot into last, it's dreadful. And that's what I mean when I say this map's like really snowbally. Is you lose 1 point in a bad manner. Think of it kind of like Swiftwater in a way. If you lose 1 point decisively, you lose the next point decisively. Always. There's never an exception to this rule. Here's where we definitely need a sentry, because things like this don't happen when you have a sentry. Our heavy's got the right idea, but even he's a little distracted, you know? Could be a spy or something that walks up and hits him. Sentries don't get backstabbed by spies too often. So, you know, once again, it is definitely a situation of inexperience. Why this thing doesn't get spammed, I don't know. This mini sentry is completely out in the open. Our demo's just spawning, I think. Take a look at the Ubers. They have a 20% ad. We have to play this cautiously. The sniper peek. This was one of the most egregious mistakes that we kept making, was how much space we're willing to give their sniper. This angle goes directly to our spawn. Right here. See if I can find him. See what he's looking at. So he'll be right here, staring directly at our entire combo. I die because no one's shooting at him, and I peek for some reason. And when I'm dead, I can't hold this cross. And the reason why that's important is because your last push is reactive based off of what classes are dead. The enemy team doesn't know this, and neither do we, so it's important that we go over things like this. When I'm dead, I can't hold this cross. They can send their medic into this room. And the important thing about this room is look how far up you can get without popping. You can get all the way to here and have a perfectly fine angle on our entire combo, our sentry. You have a full 8-second Uber then to decide what you want to do. And in that 8 seconds, you have two objectives. Destroy the gun, which they've already somehow done, and force our medic, so that he has a relatively similar Uber as we do. The heavy in this push will be fully buffed, 450 health. Do you need to flash and Uber a heavy on 450 health? No. He's pretty much invincible to fucking 8 out of the 9 classes in the game at that health threshold. He's perfectly fine. He's going to jump into the Uber after the Uber's fading, with his ridiculous buff when the health situation's bad because, you know, all the unubered players have taken sticky spam, and just clean up. Mini Sentry goes there, Scout and Engie sit right here. Push this cart all the way to the end, and that's the only focus they have. They don't want to run to our spawn and get kills. That's what the demo's doing, that's what the soldier's doing. They're pressuring these doors, these 3 doors, locking them off, making sure classes can't rejoin the fight, so everyone who's locked in here is dying to the heavy, who's pushed with them. Let's see how they perform their last push. Immediately, you can see they're not doing the right things. In fact, this flank situation is looking really good for us right now. Our heavy commits a little bit too much, could die. We have to play really cautious now because our soldier's dead, our scout's committing too far. Our pyro jumps in this Uber and kind of missed what happened there, my bad. Let's go back a little bit. Hopefully my game doesn't crash. Let's find Hugo. So. They Uber in. Really, really early. We're doing the right thing. We're milking it. They destroy the gun. That's objective number 1. Now what do they want to do? That's right, they want to force Hugo. Notice who they're Ubering. Pyro, Demo. There's no scout getting Ubered in through this room, whatever it's called, green room, red room, sorry, taking up Uber time. There's 2 classes, and that's all they need. Our Pyro does really well on these last holds. but our med still has to use here. He's getting pressured way too hard. Uses. Our Uber is so much better than theirs. So much better. However, we make a mistake. We overcommit. Our demo is overcommitting, our pyro is overcommitting, our med slightly overcommitting, and, you know, it sort of works out this time, but let's just see if anyone dies. That's what you're looking out for here. Our demo's really low, dies. That means that their Uber is better than ours, because their pyro is up in 0 seconds, their sniper is up in 0 seconds, their demo is up in 2, they have 27% Uber, we have 9 because we popped later. However, if we just got the kills and were content, we could neutral out this Uber ad perfectly fine. That's like good enough. But we don't do that, we chase kills. And chasing kills is what loses you Highlander games. This is correct, everyone's playing well. Really, situations like this, where they're gonna have Uber before we do. My NG used to really love sticking on a mini sentry, putting it right on this box to deny cart and wrangling that motherfucker till he dies. He'd sack just to keep his mini sentry alive, just in the vague hope that it survives an Uber. Because they're a lot less likely to focus a mini sentry in an Uber than they are a full sentry. I don't know why, demo men just kind of work that way. This is well played, we have lots of flank control. Don't want to be playing up too far, always want to have room to drop back, just in case this happens. Bait the soldier to his death, super well played. Whether intentionally or not, now we have full flank control, and you can't just jump with a sniper because you don't know if they have a pyro or something waiting to catch you out. That's fair enough, but this sniper is now effectively useless for a while. Unless he rotates to main, he's not going to be able to get a shot off, and if he rotates to main, our demo's spamming him out, so he's not going to be able to get a good shot. See? Like a book. He can't hold flank on his own, has to rotate to main, call for a buff, peek this, getting shot by our spam, isn't getting a clean shot off. And this is how we're stalling. This is how we stalled for so long, stuff like this. Just reacting to what's happening. That's a really nice shot from him. We feed our scout on flank and have to concede it. This is where we don't aggress through this door anymore. We have to just submit this. They've got 3 players over here. You'll notice a lot of players like to rotate their NG or their heavy to kill a soldier or a scout that's overextending, and then they'll rotate back to combo. But we have to give up this door. Nothing can die here, because now that everything's dead, a good team will just push up through here, but it seems like they've already sort of overpowered us. Which is fine. Eventually they're bound to have an Uber that's better than ours. That's how the game has to work. Our pyro does really well in all these Uber situations. But, yeah. Difficult situation. So many instances where we can hold them accountable for their mistakes. Unfortunately, we just don't do it. And they were just a little bit better at doing that to us. And that's why they won. It just takes brushing up on these Ubers and stuff, and the time on this map really mellows out. Especially, and the most promising thing is how well we did on first pushes and hill pushes. Like, I think the second game, our hill push was a little bit stagnant, but still, they conceded mistakes to us on their first hold, which is where you never want to be making these mistakes, because that's where the chain reaction starts. Just kind of looking out for those mistakes, definitely calming them. It's very important to say when you kill a sentry gun, where it's placed, and their sentry's in the wrong spot. Look at this. Why is this the wrong spot? Sniper here. Hits it for 150. Soldier and demo, go flank potentially. Hit this twice. It's dead. It's dead. It's really hard for Spy to sort of get in on the combo here. I know their Spy decloaked up here and was instantly killed for it. Our management of stickies is something to be desired. It's not the worst thing in the world, really, that our NG dies here. Like, our heavy is on cart. It's debatable if he should be or not. You know, a little bit more spy checking as well out the front door. There's a lot of spots where a spy can cheese your medic. Their spy has chosen this rock. This roof is a common one. This car. Up here is another weird one. People sometimes stands, just stuff like that. And he's going to try and choose our medic. I don't think he gets away with it. A little bit more spy checking. So I think he chooses... No one. Very well played. That's a benefit of having your pyro walk at a spawn late, I guess. So on this push... personally, I think this is wrong. A lot of people will tell you otherwise. Your NG can push this all on his own. He just sits behind this and pushes it all on his own. Why can he do that? Because we're going to overpower flank. Flank is going to be a sniper, a soldier, and a scout against our entire team. But their demo can't spam our NG if he's getting spammed himself. Our soldier a little bit overzealous there on the jump. I don't think other people were ready to go, but it's not a bad idea. Like, I actually really like the idea of sacking there. The gun is at half health. There we go. This is an advantage. This is a huge advantage. Why is this an advantage? We don't even have to push hill anymore. It's 100% for both teams, and everyone loves to default to this hill. We have to push up this hill. You don't have to push up this hill. This hill's dangerous as fuck. Their sniper's going to one-shot our medic. Their spy's going to declip behind us. Their scout's going to get in the post uber and two-shot our medic. Something's going to go wrong. Flood in through tunnels. Let's see. How do we react to this? Very interesting from our spy. How do we react to this? We see that their gun's dead. That's one objective in the Uber gone. The next objective is just to force their medic. They're even without a pyro, so Ubering uphill isn't even bad. There's just no hill presence. The cart's gonna push itself to this point just fine without the heavy. In fact, you're completely redundant. The cart time is already 3 times. A scout and an NG will get that. This is completely redundant. We need you on hill. There you go. Here you rotate. A little late. And we've already Ubered for some reason. No one was ready for this. Nobody was ready for this Uber. It was just a panic. A complete panic Uber. This is good from our soldier. Really unfortunate not to get the sniper. If he does, there's potential for a recommit. But we don't even have to come up this hill. We can go through Africa. Their pyro was dead. He's not going to be able to stuff us. Their demo can't stuff us the same as their pyro can. I know why people are reluctant to go up here. It's really dangerous in an Uber. You can potentially just get air blasted in this corner over and over again. But we're looking at the classes that are dead. We see a pyro's dead, and we go the one place where the pyro doesn't deny us, the sniper and demo do, and they're both alive. It's just a wrong push. And things like that, like, the time would be really good if we just rolled from first to second. And like I said, chain reaction, you roll from first to second, you roll third as well. Get to that 4th point, here we are. We're in, like, fucking record time, you know? Just off of not sort of being careless with our Ubers. Not feeding players. Very well played by our scout. They're completely conceding Africa control, almost. There's always potential for a cheeky stab onto a Pudis or a soldier here, by the way. Don't be afraid to go for that. Their gun in the correct place. And I know that may seem stupid. This gun is denying carts, and that's it. the players on the cart aren't going to be in the Uber, so they're most susceptible to die to the sentry, and if the sentry's not here, and it's not here, then it can't get spammed. It's very clever to put the gun there. And now we're sort of neutraling out, we're both at 70, 80%. This is when we don't do this. This is the wrong time to make this play. Their heavy isn't holding it, he's doing what our heavy was doing, being redundant, shooting at the cart that already has a sentry shooting at it. He can be spy checking this bush, looking for Sylvan. We push up here into a pyro. This completely incorrect. And then we realize it, and then we try and rotate. Oh, we don't. We just Uber up here. Yeah. And our demo gets absolutely levitated, dies in the Uber, and we'll see when the Ubers fade. We'll see who's alive on what teams, just because of that Uber push. Who's alive on our team? Heavy, who is not in the Uber at all. He was spawning. Our med is about to die, potentially. He gets out very luckily. I'm sat here trying to get a pick onto Hill still. Who's alive on the enemy team? Iroh, Medic, Sniper, NG. We didn't do step 1, which is kill the gun, because we Ubered incorrectly. We Ubered up here, should have Ubered up here. Our spy calls where the gun is. It's realistically either going to be on this platform or down there, always. And objective 1, kill the gun. Objective 2, force the medic as fast as you can, and then win in the post-Uber. We have more healing, we have the cart healing. They just have a medic and a dispenser, which hopefully will be destroyed too. The sniper getting a bit cheeky, peeking that deep. Let's see. What are people doing? Okay, well, that's sort of a unique situation because their soldier was doing something a little bit adventurous. He was jumping our flank. Our scout, soldier, and me kill him. He got nothing for that. And we see that their soldier's dead, right? So what do? Do we pressure where the soldier normally holds? No. No one's even here. Our soldier can walk up here, get a spam angle onto the dispenser. Because their soldier's dead. It's reactive, you know? They feed a player. Just think in your mind, what does that player do for them on defense? They feed their pyro, they can't deny this tunnel. They feed their demo, they can't deny hill. They feed their heavy, he can't deny here, he can't deny cart if he's playing it wrong. You kill their NG, he can't deny an Uber. That's an entire objective in the Uber push gone. You know? And I'm going to speed it up just a little bit, because it gets a little boring around this point. Just a lot of beefed pushes from not pushing the right things. I realize that it's been a while since I played. I realistically should just be asking you for a buff and just quick peeking this over and over again, forcing the sniper off the angle. I kept slow peeking into it and getting killed like an idiot, so that's my bad. Scout's going to get denied by the sentry. Feed. Now, their sniper is dead. Their sniper is dead. Hallelujah, am I right, guys? So, we're doing this correct. Pushing up the hill. Uber. This is good. Objective number 2. Get the gun. Why do we not get the gun here? Because our post-Uber. When we're Ubering uphill, someone needs to be here. Someone needs to be here. But the classes that need to be there, our heavy is at 25 health down there, and our scout is dead because he fed in a neutral Uber situation for a little bit of cart time that's not going to matter because it's going to roll back and he died instantly to a sentry. That means their scout just walks up behind us, completely ruins our Uber. We don't even get objective number 2, which is the sentry, or objective number 1, depending on what you're prioritizing. We get their medic. If more things are alive here in the post-Uber, and we're pushing the cart like we should be, no gun to deny us, we've won the point. They don't all have to die, they'll realize that we won the point, and they'll go set up on the next point, unless they all want to die and lose the next point as well. However, it all goes wrong. And I'm going to stop it there, but that's 3 second pushes of wasted time from doing the wrong things by just not looking at what classes are alive, miscommunication on who has health to commit to post Ubers, and Ubering the wrong people in Ubers. So I'm just going to post this, and if anyone wants to discuss it a little more before the game, then we should do that. But if not, I thank you for sitting through this entire thing, and I'll see you guys tonight.